This is what to expect when being placed on hospice for Alzheimer's dementia. Now, first of all, it's been a long road for you guys to get here, and I'm sure anyone who's dealt with this knows. So it's actually pretty hard to get onto hospice with this disease because you have to wait until it's the very end stage, meaning usually no talking, no walking, and being fed or not really eating much. Then there's usually some kind of specific incident, like you end up in the hospital from aspiration pneumonia or a severe UTI or a fall, something like that. This is also the group that I see coming on and off hospice because they come on hospice after an incident, then they get well-ish, right? A little bit better, and then they come off. Then they have another incident and then come back on. It can be very hard for the family and the patient. In general, this disease is long and hard for everybody. So you've seen this decline as years have gone on. By the time you see us, the hospice workers, your loved one is usually barely eating, always sleeping, and then having some agitation. Agitation and restlessness is the main symptom I see at the end of life with Alzheimer's dementia. And good news, there is a lot of things we can do for it, but sometimes it makes your loved one sleep all the time. My best advice for you is to let your patient be the guide. If they don't want to eat or have trouble swallowing, let it be. They're going to have good days and bad days, and just take them as they come. And the more you let their body be the guide, the easier and more peaceful their death will be. I don't see any real specific symptoms with this at the end of life, except for maybe agitation. In general, the person with Alzheimer's dementia is just going to look like everybody else at the end of life, which is sleeping all the time, not eating, changes in skin color, changes in breathing, and skin breakdown because they're not moving that much and their nutritional status is low. So we do our best to manage that. Sometimes you can do everything you possibly can and they still get skin breakdown, and it's not your fault. It's because the skin's an organ and it's shutting down too. I would never suggest someone with this disease to get a feeding tube. However, if you already have, you just want to give it as much as you can until they are no longer tolerating it. You'll be able to tell because they'll be bloated or vomiting or just not tolerating the tube feed. Also, your hospice team can help you understand when to start backing off. But in general, like I said, no crazy symptoms except for a lot of sleeping and not a lot of eating. Intermittent restlessness and agitation possibly. I hope this helps, guys, and I'll do another disease next week.